Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Hans's Random Stuff. I am Hans Martin Jr. And first and foremost, I'd like to thank all of my subscribers. As of right now, I have 85 subscribers. Now, I didn't mention it in our last video, but my goal for this month is to at least get 100 subscribers by the end of this month of April. If not, then I guess it wasn't meant to be. But if I get a minimum of 100, then I'll move on to the next month. But for now, I decided to continue on. And for today, I decided to do something different and something special. Now, who doesn't like fast food Mexican places? Well, I know some Mexicans hate these places, but the truth of the matter is, who doesn't love tacos? And so I decided to check out, first thing, one of the first restaurants that all of this country loves, and that is Taco Bell. It's everywhere. You could find it almost anywhere where you live at. And Taco Bell, I mean, when I was in college, Taco Bell was my go-to for sure, and many different things to buy. And I'm going to try some of those things today. But there has really not been big competition for Taco Bell unless you go to California, Southern California to be exact, where Del Taco likes to give Taco Bell some competition. So with that being said, and by the way, the reason for this inspiration is I put a poll out and some of y'all voted, and this is what y'all want to see. Y'all want to see a Taco Bell versus Del Taco food battle. Let's get started. All right, first things first, they both have tacos in their names, so why not try the tacos? And for any of the food that I try today, I'm not adding sauce or anything. I'm just going what they give you. And so, yes, so I'm going to start off with the Del Taco Crunchy Taco. Now, normally, for myself, I'm a soft taco because real Mexican tacos are with like a corn tortilla or a flour tortilla. But I guess in America, they have to use the hard shells. I guess it's very Tex-Mex or whatever. But, they're both known for their tacos. And so I have the Del Taco hard taco. So without further ado, here I go. One of the things I don't like about Del Taco, I feel like it's too bland. But I'm going to give it one more bite. I feel like the taco meat is very under-seasoned. The cheese doesn't help. Or whatever. And yeah, I just think it's too bland. So I'll give it my rating out of 5. I give it a 2. Yeah, it's really not that good for Del Taco. And by the way, the whole score, I'm going to do a big composite score and see who wins at the end. But I'm going to go ahead and try the Taco Bell Crunchy Taco, something I'm a little more familiar with. And so here it is. And one thing I hate about these crunchy tacos, when they get wet, they fall apart. That's another reason why I like the soft tacos better. But here we go, Taco Bell. Ow. I should also add, when it comes to Taco Bell, I like to add the Supreme, not the regular, but these are just regular. Let me take one more bite. See, at least with Taco Bell, there is some sort of flavoring in their meat. I could taste that Taco Bell flavoring. Is it a great taco? No, not by a long shot. But I'm gonna have to give this rating a 3. It's slightly better than Del Taco for sure. So I think Taco Bell definitely wins the taco battle. All right, let's move on to the next. All right, moving on to my next favorite thing is the burritos. Now, I know for sure in Taco Bell, that's what I mostly get is the burritos. And yeah, they have many different varieties. And Del Taco too, they have many different types of variety of burritos as well. But the one I'm going to try today is probably the most basic and maybe some of the things that people like to get. And that is the bean burrito. It's cheap. It's, they don't put too much on it. That's how some people like it. Now, I know personally I like a little steak on it, but that's just me. But I'm going to go ahead and try the bean burritos. So I'm going to start with Del Taco first. So I have it right here. Now, one thing about Del Taco with their burritos, why don't they wrap up the other end? Like, finish the job at least. I mean, geez, is it really that hard? But I don't know why they do that. But I'm going to go ahead and try the bean and cheese burrito. And I should say I got it with the red sauce in Del Taco to make you pick red or green. But the beans are a little bit flavorful, at least in this one. I could barely taste the cheese, but maybe I should have another bite. Yeah, I definitely taste the beans a lot, which is pretty flavorful. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. So out of 5, I give it a 3 out of 5 for the Del Taco bean burrito. Now I'll move on to the Taco Bell one. Now it definitely seems a little bit more bigger than Del Taco, and at least they wrap everything around at least, so that gets some brownie points, I guess. But well, I'm not really judging on presentation. I'm judging on taste. So here we go. Once again, the taste that I'm used to, that Taco Bell seasoning that I really, really enjoy. Definitely taste the beans, and I definitely taste the cheese, but I'm going to give it one more bite. The other plus too is that the cheese is more melty in this one too, which I could definitely taste. Even though it's not the best burrito, I mean, the bean burrito is not my go-to, but I like the flavoring a little bit better than Del Taco's flavoring, even though Del Taco's isn't bad. So out of 5, I'm going to give this a 3.5. All right, let's move on to the next. All right, now moving on to the nachos. And who doesn't love nachos? I know I do. And yes, both Del Taco and Taco Bell have some nachos. And so, yeah, it's really about the chips and what they put on it. So I got their most basic type of nachos for both Del Taco and Taco Bell. But I'm going to start with Dos Tacos nachos, which is, man, the name escapes you already, but it's one of their basic nachos. And it comes with this box. But look at the presentation already, which it's not good. It's like they just splashed it all in one side of it. It's like really. And so, but let's give it a try. I definitely try to get the queso and some of the other toppings. So here we go. The queso got some flavoring, that's for sure. But man, that chip was soggy, like real soggy, and maybe because it's been sitting for a little bit. But I'm gonna try another bite, make sure I get some more of that beans at least. So here we go. Now it takes more of the beans in that bite. You know, I think to make it fair, it needs one more. Something with a little bit of more. But by the way, that chip was a little more crunchy, that's for sure.
Ow.
That queso cheese is really what makes it worth it. For sure. For sure, for sure. Now, moving on to Taco Bell's nachos, I got the Nacho Bel Grande. Now, excuse me for being nasty. But look at the presentation of this one. Now, this looks like some legit nachos, at least for fast food standards. And they added tomatoes on this too, and beef. So here we go. And they used the nacho cheese for this one. So let's see. And some sour cream as well. So it definitely has a lot more variety than Del Taco, that's for sure. So without further ado. That was crispy too. And I got it from the most loaded end as well. And the nacho cheese does make it different. And I don't know if it's better than the Del Taco's cheese, queso cheese. But I'm going to try another one, another bite. There is something about Taco Bell sour cream that really makes it good. And by the way, the chips are still crispy, believe it or not. The Del Taco, I can't say the same. Well, one more bite. The beef does make it better. That's for sure. So for Del Taco, now I forgot to give my rating, but for Del Taco, I give it a 3.5 out of 5, mainly because the queso really helped it, but it's not enough. But for Taco Bell, their Nacho Bel Grande, I'm going to give it 4 out of 5. It's really that good. I could eat that all day. Although the queso is better than Del Taco, but the overall aspect of the nachos for Taco Bell is a lot better. And that's why Taco Bell has the edge on that. But Del Taco, I mean, maybe it's the restaurant I went to, but they could do better in their nachos. A lot better. I think they would have had a higher rating. All right, let's move on to the next. Now, before I move on, one thing I give credit to Taco Bell too, they put everything in one bag, while Del Taco had to give me like 4 different bags, which was not easy to handle. But whatever. But the next thing is not Mexican or let alone Tex-Mex whatsoever. But believe it or not, both of these fast food restaurants has fries. Especially Del Taco, which in their combo meals, they give you fries. And so I have it here for Del Taco. I'm not going to put any ketchup on it. I'm just going to judge it by the fry. And they're crinkle cut fries, which I know that's a big deal for some people. I don't know. To me, it doesn't make any difference. But here we go.
Ow.
I barely taste the salt in this. It's like almost a potato that I'm eating. Let me give it another bite. Yeah, nope. It needs like ketchup or something. It's not that good. But for Taco Bell, they got the nacho fries, which took the country by storm. Now, I don't normally get nacho fries, but sometimes they come in limited time. But I heard they're going to come out more permanently now. But here we go, a nacho fry.
Ow.
The seasoning is really good. The fry itself, not so much. I'm going to try another bite of these nacho fries. Yeah, both fries, their texture is really not that good. For Del Taco, it's really not that good, their fries. Out of 5, I give it a 1. Yeah, it's really that bad for me. Not that Taco Bell is that much better, but at least the seasoning makes it eatable, I guess. So I give it a 2.5 out of 5. All right, let's move on to the next. Up next, something a little more Tex-Mex or Mexican-y than fries, and that is the quesadillas. Now, for both of them, I got chicken quesadillas. Believe it or not, Del Taco doesn't have steak quesadillas, so I found that weird. But they both have quesadillas, and quesadillas are something I enjoy as well. Something I can make at home, the easiest thing. Just put some cheese on it, throw it in the microwave, get some hot sauce, and call it a day. So I'm going to go ahead and try out both of their chicken quesadillas. I'm going to start off with Del Taco's. So, now, if y'all could take a look at how... almost dropped it. Okay, but everything's all right. There we go. There's Del Taco's quesadilla, which looks a little more grilled, at least. But I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to try it from the middle because that's where the quesadilla is best. So here we go.
Ow.
It's not bad. The chicken definitely got some flavor into it. But I'm going to give it one more bite. It's really grilled nicely. Now the chicken definitely overtakes the cheese, but it's pretty good. Now I'm actually pretty impressed with this quesadilla. So out of 5, I'm going to give this a 4. It's really pretty good. A pretty good quesadilla. Now I'm going to go ahead and try Taco Bell, which their quesadilla is stuck in the bag. Lord have mercy. It's like, it doesn't want to come out. Come on, quesadilla, come out. Oh man, it's already breaking apart in there. All right, well, some of it got out, but you can see how this quesadilla looks. I'm gonna go ahead and eat this one. This is like the middle, which is the best part of the quesadilla. So here we go.
Ow.
Now, once again, that Taco Bell flavoring, and this time with the quesadilla, they put something in that quesadilla that really makes it really good. I'm gonna give it another bite. Now, the thing with Taco Bell, I taste more the quesadilla. I taste more the cheese than the chicken in this quesadilla. But whatever sauce they put in it is really good. So for Del Taco, I give their quesadilla actually a 4 out of 5. It's actually pretty good. And actually, to me, a little more authentic quesadilla, if you ask me. But with Taco Bell, I give it a 3.5. Mainly because I don't really taste the chicken, and it was hard to get it out of the bag. You know, that sauce really does do it well. So that's why I give it a 3.5. This is the first time that Del Taco wins something, so good for them. All right, let's move on. All right, now moving on to something a little different, which I call it the miscellaneous menu. Getting like one of the other things that is famous at either Taco Bell or Del Taco that people usually get, but it's a little different than normal things you find at any Mexican fast food restaurant. Now, I'm going to start with Taco Bell this time, but their famous menu item that they have, which I personally enjoy, is the Crunchwrap Supreme. Now, I got this one with steak because that's how I like it, not with just ground beef, but I got it with steak. You could also get it in chicken as well, but here we go.
Ow.
Now that bite, the tortilla definitely overcame the flavor. Didn't get any cheese, a little bit of steak. Let me give it another bite. Definitely taste the cheese a little bit more. But one thing, and this was my mistake. Their Crunchwrap Supreme, once you get it, you gotta eat it. You can't just leave it there. If not, it doesn't taste that good. So I give it my overall rating. I still love it, even though this one was waiting for a while. I give it a 4 out of 5. Now for Del Taco, the one thing they do have that people actually enjoy, they actually have a burger. Yes, the Del Taco double burger. Now, here's how it looks. Looks like any regular type of burger. Nothing out of the ordinary. But here we go.
Ow.
The burger patty is actually pretty flavorful. But the one thing I do not like is the sauce, the burger sauce they put in. I don't like burger sauce, but they definitely put it on that one. So yeah, after tasting it some more, it's not a bad burger. It's not great either. All right, I go to a burger place. So out of 5, I give it my real rating of 3.5. Now for the last, but no, certainly not least, is the desserts. Now, Del Taco does have a dessert that's almost similar to Taco Bell, which I'm going to try first. That is their donut bites. So I'm going to go ahead and try one of their donut bites.
Ow.
It's not bad. It's a little bit cold since I saved it for last, but still not bad. Definitely tastes like a donut, that's for sure. Definitely coated it with a nice amount of sugar. But it's not bad. I think out of 5, I give it a 4. A 4 out of 5. They don't really give things to dip it with. I think it'll make it better. But now for Taco Bell, they got this Cinnabon bites. Now I'm a big fan of Cinnabon, but here we go. I love their Cinnabons delights. That cream in the middle makes it excellent. I love it. I know it's not good for me, but that's why I only got a 2-piece. But overall, out of 5, I give it a 5. Yes, they're that good. And if you go to Taco Bell and you move for a dessert, definitely get the Cinnabon bites. All right, it's time for the final tally, and let's see who won overall. All right, well, I did my tallies, and like I said, in every round, Taco Bell won, except for the quesadilla, which I actually thought Del Taco was a little bit better. But overall, Del Taco has a score of 21. That's a composite score of everything. And as for Taco Bell, their composite score is 25.5, which that means in this food battle, Taco Bell is the winner. So congrats on Taco Bell, well deserved. Yeah. So, well, I really hope y'all enjoyed this latest episode of Food Battle. And, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so already. Please share it to other people. Let's get this into 100 subscribers. Don't forget to comment as well. If you're lucky, I may respond back to y'all. And I have some great comments as of right now. And yeah, just subscribe, just comment, and be sure to be there for my future videos. That's for sure. Thank you all, and thanks for watching. Until the next time, I'll see you there. I'm gonna get some serious diarrhea after this.